Are you enjoying your lunch?
Yes, it's quite good actually. What's in this? Is there rice in this? What type of rice is it?
Yes, there is rice in.
It's quite good actually.
Rice in the food.
Yeah, rice is my favorite. Did you steam this? It's really well made.
Yes, keep on telling me about your favorite foods.
Well, I like brown rice. It's good and healthy. What do you what do you got? What do you what do you got? What do you got? What? Oh, what do you got there?
Nothing.
Uh, okay. Whatever you say. Ugh. Rice is just really good, God damn it, McClellan. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's crime in my city. And this is crime in my city. Murder by the looks of it. Poisoned with ricin by that sick masked bastard. God damn it!
Actually, Inspector Davis, ricin takes 36 to 72 hours to kill its victims. Well, this poor fellow died in a matter of seconds. We'll have to wait for the toxicology report, but I'd bet my Yale biochemistry degree that it's iocane. Most deadly poison known to man.
Iocane, huh? You goddamn genius, McClellan.
Look at this
You goddamn genius, McClellan. At least he's good at editing, I guess. I have to give him that. How close are we to catching this sicko?
Not very, I'm afraid.
God damn it!
Oh no, the crimometer!
Good thing I have my trusty crimometer here.
We picked up this tape along with the body from a dumpster downtown last night. We've got our top videography analysts on the case, but they haven't been able to figure out where the laboratory where the murder took place is yet. Thanks. The time between ingesting the poison and when he dies, perfectly correlated with iocane, 1-in-1 correlation. It's also from Australia, and the markings on the killer's mask have very traditional Australian origin. And then another thing is that he can't detect the poison in the bread that he's eating, which is very consistent with iocane because it's a tasteless powder and it dissolves instantly in water. It not being iocane, that would be inconceivable! Looks like the autopsy is done. Let's inspect the body.
Time to bring this pesky poisoner to justice.
Yep, this is the victim, all right. Skin lacerations on the wrists, small puncture wound in the neck, found wearing the same clothes as the man in the video. Death by cardiac arrest, suggesting poisoning. Yep, this is the victim, all right.
Let's calibrate the crimometer. Yep, good old crimometer. Works just like a metal detector, but for crime. Yep, tons of crime all over this one. Where did you say we picked him up?
Dumpster, in the alley behind Curly's. Store owner went to take out the trash this morning and got a nasty shock instead.
This store owner. He says he found the body at 5 a.m. this morning. It's quite convenient, actually, that he found it then, considering the garbage gets collected at 5:15. A few minutes later, and he would have missed it completely.
Suppose that does sound a little suspicious.
Almost as if he knew that the city dump is regularly patrolled for suspicious objects, and once we found the body, there would only be a matter of time before our DNA testing led us back to the alley behind a store. Yes, very convenient for him indeed. I smell a rat at Curly's! Let's go apply the law to some criminal scum under our jurisdiction.
Are you feeling okay, sir?
Yeah, I was just cleaning out the evidence locker this morning. There she is, the 2049 Spinner, the newest police cruiser.
She's a beaut, that's for sure.
We better buckle up, McClellan. Safety first and all. Let's see what the youth are listening to these days. And now, topping the charts again for the 69th week in a row, Crime in My City by Six Finger. Aw, shit, man, this is my jam, yo!
Hell yeah, son!
Crime in my city, crime in my city. I can't stand this crime in my city. Crime in my city, crime in my city. I can't stand this crime in my city. Gonna sing a ditty about crime in the city, an itty bitty litty ditty. Pretty witty. If you shoot someone, that's a pity. 'Cause then things are gonna get gritty. I'll show you the welcoming committee. Fly out of there just like McQuitty.
You can't outrun my liquidity. I'll hunt you down and then get hit.
Crime and crime in my city. Crime in my city.
I can't stand this crime in my city.
Don't be doing no graffiti. I don't find it appealing visually, even if it's of a kitty or hyper realistic inner city ditty. I still do not find it diggity. Just look up my personal wiki. Then I reckon you'll get jittery. I'll punch you in the kidney, finny time, and make you dizzy. Crime in my city. Crime in my city. I can't stand this crime in my city. Crime in my city. Crime in my city. Crime in my city is shitty.
Yeah.
Well, that was a bust.
Yeah, we learned nothing of importance from that trip. But at least I have these delicious stuffed shells. Mmm, spaghetti.
I was sure it was him, but after I broke every bone in his body, I knew he was telling the truth when he said he was innocent.
Ah well, you win some, you lose some.
You've got mail.
Oh look, he sent us an email. He says he was too busy getting taken away in an ambulance to show us, but he sent us the CCTV footage from last night. Could be worth a look.
Let me see. Oh my, take a look at this. A mysterious person is sneaking around the dumpster.
My God.
It's too dark to see their face, but there's clearly a figure out there.
Goddamn genius, McClellan. Quick, let's print this out and get it into the evidence locker.
I thought you said you cleaned out the locker, Davis.
Just the illegal substances cabinet, not the paperwork locker.
My. Look at all this evidence just laying around.
Oh look, some temporary tattoos. Not sure why these are here. Possession usually results in just a warning.
Well, they're not doing anyone any good down here. Let's put some on.
Are these even safe? You're the scientist.
No, these look fresh as fruit. Here, I'll go first.
McClellan, I don't feel so good.
I think these might be past their expiration date.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
My
Do you want my head
only
delivered?
friend, the end of our elaborate plans, the end of everything that stands, the end. No safety, no sound, the end. I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be? So little madness and
青い風が今胸のドアを叩いても私
Soldier boy, tell him. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soldier Boy. You just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right.
Am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen out here and that we're in there and I just remembered we're out here.
What my head? Your door to box.
universe. What a concept.
You know, the universe is a little bit like the human hand. For example, you have Grauman's center right here, and then you have undiscovered worlds and Sector 8, and up here it's the Tillman's crest. So you can kind of picture that it's a little bit like a leaf or it's not a bowl.
The time it takes to get from one star to another star is instant. You need to travel at the speed of light, and us humans can't even fathom the concept of that kind of time because it's really, 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 really. Really, really, really fun to think about taking a speed of light ride.
If you could put the universe into a tube, you'd end up with a very long tube, probably extending twice the size of the universe, because when you collapse the universe, it expands, and it would be, you wouldn't want to put it into a tube. When I was a child, there was thought to be 9 planets, but there are now 90 planets.
Penetrates my mind, and then the whole Big Bang explosion. What is that thing out there? Is that a star or is that a moon? You know, some people don't give a shit about that.
Well, I go up and I look at the stars through my telescope, and I see the little dipster, or I see the big dipster. Every star has a sister star, a little bit like 2 eyeballs. If you can imagine, if you could see the other side of my eyeball, you'd see a 360-degree eyeball.
Do you know that when you look at a planet and you see that light, that planet's not even there? That's just a light. That's just your neighbor shining a flashlight right into your yard, looking for coons.
There's a beautiful anagram that I use to discuss the universe with my students. Universe, understandment, NASA, invisibility, vector, electricity, rings, and end. This is the end of the anagram. So the universe spells it out. It's easy to remember the word universe if you remember those 7 words. There are hundreds of stars in the sky, and all you have to do is look with your eyes. And I tell my students that if you could count the stars in your hand, you're just getting started counting how many stars there are. Picture a hot dog bun and throw all the stars, the hundreds of stars that there are in the universe, into a bag, and put the universe into a bag, and you all of a sudden they become
The green sticky spawn of the stars had awakened to claim his own. The stars were right again, and great Cthulhu was loose and craving for delight. I Cthulhu feud Acton. I Cthulhu feud Acton. I Cthulhu feud Acton. I Cthulhu feud Acton.
I wonder how all that forensic science is going. Dr. McClellan?
Yeah, so we have the enthalpy change is actually catalyzed by the reaction's energy deficiency, and the copper's pKsp is actually 2.3 e to the minus 23, so it is incredibly insoluble, and it can actually lead us to finding more DNA evidence about where the killer's sucrose originated based off of the dextrose complex carboions tracing that we can use through this reaction with the sulfuric acid that we can catalyze by heating it up in the mixture with the rocks, minerals that can catalytically decompose into gases that are proportional but not exactly inversely congruent to the internal atmospheric pressure of the laboratory. We got potassium hydroxide. The potassium is just a spectator ion here because it's extremely soluble with the hydroxide. It's a alkali metal. It's in the first column, +1 charge. All of them in the first column are pretty much very soluble as ions. The hydroxide is a oxygen and a hydrogen covalently bonded, and the oxygen has a -1 charge. So there's that electron taking over that empty space that would usually use to form another covalent bond with another atom like a hydrogen and water. And then we have the copper sulfate. Sulfate is sulfur and 4 oxygens and a polyatomic ion with a -2 charge, which means that the copper has a +2 charge to just have that all balanced out because it's CuSO4 formula for that. And then when you combine them, the sulfate, which is a fairly soluble ion, and the potassium will remain as spectator ions dissolved in the water, and the hydroxide will form a precipitate with the copper ion, so it will be CuOH2, and that will form a cloudy mixture in the test tube that we're going to see.
I don't know what all that means, but if it gets rid of criminal scum in my city, I approve, sir. I approve.
We have C12H22O11, the chemical formula for sucrose, commonly referred to as table sugar. We have our DNA identified. The chi-squared goodness effect entropy test was completed. P-value, we had the entropy denoted as S0, 0.001 is less than S0, and S0 is less than 0.05. So it looks like the killer 23 degrees 6 minutes and 3 seconds north, and 9 degrees 7 minutes and 4 degrees west. Denny's parking lot.
My God, I know that Denny's parking lot. That's right on the corner of 5th and Main. My God, to investigate. Wait, Dr. McClellan, we don't have time to investigate this right now.
What does that mean?
We have to get down to the local elementary school and teach those kids about the dangers of law enforcement and safety regarding ricin and poisons. Let's be off. Those kids were really into what we had to say about ricin.
It just warms my heart to see the passion that these young people have for knowing about the dangers in the world around them.
We explained to them through our wonderful, colorful presentation that we made about how ricin was actually from a bean, and that if you swallow the bean, you're probably fine.
We also discussed how it takes 36 to 72 hours for ricin to kill its victim.
Yeah, those kids were really happy about that.
So, if ricin comes from beans, the beans that ricin comes from can technically be called ricin beans.
They got to skip math class and English class and science class. Yeah, I think we really helped them out there.
Yeah, they got all their transferable skills. All of them got either proficient or advanced.
They've gained a valuable life lesson about the dangers of ricin. It's a beautiful thing. Well, that went well.
It sure did. Those kids really were perceptive about all the dangers of ricins and poisons and all of those.
Yes. I think they really enjoyed our slideshow. But it's probably time to get back to the investigation.
Indeed, back to the investigation.
How do we get back to the investigation?
Find some sort of transportation to get us to the warehouse near the Denny's parking lot.
Well, you know what they say. The fastest mode of transportation is by office chair.
It sure is. Photophytodermatitis.
Ah, there we are. Onward. Ah, yes, it appears that we are in the warehouse now.
Yep, here we are. The scene of the crime. Let's examine the evidence.
Yes, look at all this evidence. This must have been where he was tied up in the video, wasn't it?
Yes, this is definitely where the subject was. And there's the cords. Bound him up.
Let's use the old crimeometer here to investigate. This is actually the new crimeometer, crimeometer 2000. Can use it to detect to see if it is the same amount of crime as was detected on the body. It is in fact the same crime scene as the body.
There must be a perfect 1-in-1 correlation.
My God, look at that! Is that the syringe?
It must be. The syringe they used to inject the poison. I'll just get this cotton swab all nice and moist so we can DNA swab it for the killer's fingerprints.
Excellent, excellent. Gotta moisten that swab, otherwise it doesn't pick up enough DNA.
That's for sure. We'll take this back to the lab and get it all tested out to see what results we get.
Yes. Go science.
Let's get us back to the lab so we can figure out what the criminals scum in our jurisdiction are.
Goodbye.
Oh, I think our PSA should be on TV soon, right after some commercials and the news.
Oh boy, I can't wait. We spent so much time working on that. Oh, look, there it is. It's right after these commercials.
This is so exciting. I can't wait to watch me. What? Oh, wait.
No one can tell you what you can or cannot do.
With no rules to follow, this adventure, it's up to you.
The following advertisement is intended for Jim Booney only.
It's free. Real estate.
We're giving you land.
It's free.
We're giving you a house.
It's real estate. Free.
It's a free house for you, Jim.
This is free real estate.
Well, you gotta bring furniture, but the house is free.
2 bedrooms, no rugs. It's free.
You unlock the door to your free house. We got you the real estate.
It's a 2-bedroom house. It's free. It's got a pool in the back.
I'm not carrying this around all day. It's for your house.
Free real estate. I'll pee my pants.
Jim, come get your damn land.
It's a free house!
Jim, I got real estate.
Jim, to get better than this,
Jim.
the house is free!
Jim.
The house is free!
It's a free house.
It's free real estate.
Hey there, Jeff Horning here at Priority Motorsports, offering up some of the best selection of pre-owned vehicles that you're ever going to find in the entire state. So don't wait. You can get 0 down, 0 money, 0 interest, 0 payments for 90 days. All you got to do is get down to Priority Motorsports, 5817 East Kellogg, and pick out your whip so you can nay-nay. Pick out your whip so you can nay-nay and do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg, throw a little stanky leg, do the broken leg, do the broken leg, do a little stanky leg, do a little bit stanky leg. Come on, pick out your whip so you can nay-nay. Pick out your whip so you can nay-nay. Priority Motorsports, transportation for every generation.
Hi, welcome to Channel 7 News. I'm Zemi, and this is Nate.
As we all know, in 1980, Fuatai Solo set a record for climbing a tree in less than 10 seconds.
He climbed a 29.5-foot coconut tree in only 4.88 seconds.
And today?
That's fast.
Yeah. Today, he'll go a step further. He's attempting to climb the Empire State Building.
Here he is now. Hello, here I am again, along with Fuatai Solo. Now, Fuatai, or should I say, Mr. Solo, do you feel like you are ready for this challenge?
I was ready before I was born!
Well, he certainly does seem confident, doesn't he, folks? Now, back to the newsroom.
Hello again. Back at our studio, our statisticians have calculated, based on his rate when he climbed the tree, that it will take about 4 minutes to climb the 1,454-foot building. That's fast.
Hello, here we are back at the Empire State Building with Fuatai Solo, and he is here to begin his amazing feat. We have all the Guinness Book of World Records people here to make sure he's doing everything legally and the official time. So, here we are. Let's see him begin. And it's starting. Do you want to do the countdown? Here we go. With the countdown.
Without further ado, we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have failed! And that's
do drugs, kids. It'll ruin your goddamn life. And your marriage. Why do you have to take the kids? This is serious stuff. I don't know what kind of stuff is in that shit, man. You think I'm just fucking weed? There could be freaking fentanyl in that shit. Just look in here. Okay. I mean, just look in here. This man is on heroin. You don't want that now, do you?
Snakes!
And here we have a drug-crazed lunatic inhaling drugs. Drugs? The really bad kids. Molly, cocaine, Percocet, marijuana, all those, terrible for you. Probably gonna die, probably gonna kill you. I once thought about doing drugs in my body. I just couldn't stand to look at myself in the mirror anymore. My reflection, it haunted me. And I hadn't even done drugs. I had just thought about it. It all is so bad for your body. Stay away from drugs. Don't do drugs. This is your drug. This is your drug on brains. Now just put some nice my cocaine. A little bit of freshly ground Percocet. So yeah, it's a shame. A lot of kids are doing drugs these days.
Don't do drugs!
Debilitate your central nervous system and you become a kind of close to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. A lot of this stuff is actually laced with ricin. Marijuana is a secret name for ricin. And kids are out there smoking. Taking bong hits of ricin.
Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
Well, that was a pretty good PSA.
Yeah. I really hope we got a message across about the dangers of drugs.
Well, time to get back to the investigation.
I agree. Let's get back to the investigation right away.
Let's go.
Yep. Yeah. That. Hey, Inspector Davis, wait right here. I'm on the phone with the mayor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that could work out.
What was that? What was that mayor calling us about?
Oh, you know, he was just calling us about doing a press conference to brief the town on the investigation.
Press conference? I love press conferences. Let's go. So here's what we know so far. Late Friday night, a body was discovered in a dumpster behind Curly's. The body was discovered with a video cassette which contained footage of the murder. The next morning, the owner of Curly's filed an official police report, and we were put on the case. First, we reviewed the footage of the murder and identified that the victim was poisoned with iocane, killing him instantly. We conducted an autopsy to corroborate this evidence. Then, we interrogated the Curly's owner and found him innocent and not related to the crime. He did, however, provide us with a clue. CCTV footage of a mysterious person sneaking around the dumpster. We sent this off to the lab where Dr. McClellan's science machine can detect the DNA of a person from the video.
This takes some time, however, and we wanted more evidence. So we conducted more science and determined that the location of the murder was an abandoned warehouse near the Denny's parking lot. We skirt right over there and found the chair and cord from the video, as well as the syringe used as the murder weapon. I swabbed it thoroughly for fingerprints. Now we're just waiting for the science machine to tell us who was sneaking around the dumpster where the body was found, and to tell us the fingerprints of the killer.
We always like to end our press conferences with a rowdy good luck cheer, so here we go.
Crime is bad. 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 Crime is bad.
So, Dr. McClellan, what do we investigate now?
Well, I think our best course of action would be to go back to Curly's and figure out what that mysterious man looking outside the dumpster was up to.
Really? I would assume that it would be best to re-examine the evidence found at the crime scene.
Yeah, but we already went there. We got all the evidence we needed from there.
Yes, but there could be prints that are missing on some of those wires and on the chair.
I definitely got all of the DNA evidence. You don't have to worry.
I'm not questioning your scientific authority. I'm just saying it's good to be thorough.
Well, I think that lead has given us definitely the most information we can get from it. And the best course of action would definitely be to go to Curly's and to figure out what that man is up to. Especially when we can corroborate that evidence with the CCTV DNA issue.
I think you put too much faith into that machine. Plus,
exactly, that's why we should go back to Curly's, is so we can have more evidence to figure out what that man is up to.
How can you be sure he wasn't just a homeless man looking for a dinner?
We can't, which is why we should go figure it out. But it's definitely suspicious, considering that's exactly where the body was found.
Well, in any case, I'm going back to investigate that more evidence, whether you come with me or not.
Whatever.
The power of truth compels you.
No! Don't look at me! Ah! No, you don't! Don't look at me! Ah! Ah!
Die, criminal scum! Die! Die! Wait! Is that you, Dr. McClellan?
No! You don't understand! You don't understand!
Dr. McClellan! How could you? You're the killer?
You don't understand! You don't understand! You don't understand!
I trusted you, Dr. McClellan! I trusted you!
No! You don't understand! You don't understand! You don't understand!
I can't believe it was you, Dr. McClellan.
No, I was going back to tamper with the evidence. I didn't want you to find out it was me. I wanted us to still be friends after all of this.
Dr. McClellan. I just can't believe what's going on right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, oh my God. What is this? I'm getting a phone call, a notification on my phone. What is this? Oh my God, it's the results from the DNA CCTV thing. It says that the DNA that it belongs to you.
What? What? What?
How did you survive?
It's a long story. Here, I'll tell you over here.
Yeah, so it turns out I've been slowly building up an immunity to iocane over the past 15 years.
Over the past 15 years? Wow. But what were you doing disguised as a terrorist?
I was undercover, trying to take the terrorist cell down from inside out. I shaved my beard and everything. I was undetectable. Everything was going fine until a vigilante justice group broke in and took me hostage.
That was me. That was my vigilante group. We thought that the police were not doing enough to stop the terrorists, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. I had no idea you were undercover.
I had no idea you were a vigilante. That's why I held my cover. Then, once you poisoned me, I pretended to be dead, and you threw me in that dumpster. When the coast was clear, I headed back to the police office to rally some sheriffs, take out those vigilantes. But, when I got back there, I found some equipment mysteriously missing, including a syringe. That's when I realized the vigilante must have been someone from the office. I took a body from the morgue and put it in the dumpster from the store owner to find, so I could investigate my own murder attempt without alerting the vigilante I was on to them.
I see. That's why you were so hesitant to go back and figure out who was sneaking around the dumpster that night. It was you!
Yes, and that's why you had to stop me from going back to the scene of the crime and getting more evidence, because I would figure out it was you!
I see that your cough has worsened.
Yes, it's been getting worse ever since,
Ever since I poisoned you?
But I'm immune to iocane. I don't understand.
Yes, you are immune to iocane. But not to ricin. You'll find that if you check your watch, it's been 36 to 72 hours.
My God!
I always double poison my victims, just to be sure. Goodbye, Inspector Davis. Goodbye.
Right.
Inspector Davis, are you okay?
Dr. McClellan, what's going on? What day is it?
It's Monday. It's Monday morning. We're back at work.
Back?
Wait, have you been here all weekend since the office party?
The office party. Oh my god. I went so hard. I must have been sleeping here all weekend.
That was Friday night, Inspector Davis. I can't believe you've done this.
Oh my god. I had the weirdest dream too. Here, let me tell you about it as I go get cleaned up here.
Yeah, sure. Here, I'll help you along.
And they both lived happily ever after, fighting crime together until the end of their days. Or did they?
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest. Now he takes off her dress. Now Please tell us why you had to Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Blue sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, it's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, it's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you.